the track. What's going on, everybody? It's me again, Dylan, aka D-Man, the voice, if you're feeling frisky. And today, we're going to be doing another Am I the Asshole? That's right. I like them. They're good. They're funny. I'm feeling it. We're feeling nice about it. And before we get into it, though, don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more content just like this and all the other things that I will probably be doing at some point in the future. I don't know. It's my channel. I do what I want. Check out Room of Swords. Link in the description. Check me out over on Twitter X. Link in the description. You know how it be, baby. Now, it's time for the Am I the A-hole reading, everybody. Let's, go. Let's see what kind of opinions I have about this one. Let go. Okay, everybody. Am I the asshole for resenting my brother and sister-in-law for being pregnant again? Oh, well, okay. As always, I have not read this, so I don't know the context. Are we talking about, like, you can't have kids and you're mad at them because they can? Because in which case, yeah, you're kind of an asshole for that. Sorry for you, but they can't control that. But other contexts, let's see. Is it like, do they use you as like a babysitter, like a built-in babysitter type deal? Like, do they just constantly dumping the kids on you type beat? Are they not good parents, right? Are they constantly like, are they absent? Are they always complaining about them, like not having enough money to pay for their kids, but like they keep having them? Right? Is it that type of thing where like they constantly complaining about not being able to afford it, but they still keep having them as if something else is causing her to get pregnant other than them doing the old horizontal cha-cha? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Let's read. So, for starters, I adore my niece 1 year and nephew 4 years old, and my daughter 2 years loves playing with them. Okay, so it's not the can't have kids thing. Only problem is, every time we see them at a family party or plan a play date with them, my brother and sister-in-law flat out don't watch their kids. That's a problem. That's a problem. Let's keep going. Me or my husband are constantly running around after them, making sure they don't get hurt or break anything, mainly because our daughter also plays with them. That's fair. They're like, listen, we're making sure they're not getting hurt, not really because we give a shit about them, but because like our daughter's also there and we love her. You know what I'm saying? Which, hey, fair enough, right? While we have no problem watching our daughter, we are both getting extremely frustrated that we're stuck watching and parenting 3 kids while they're sitting down able to eat. That is very fair. Have conversations and enjoying themselves stress-free. Yeah. So they just bring their kids and like expect everyone else to watch them while they just socialize or whatever. Sounds irresponsible. They often do this at family parties, especially where the houses we're at isn't always baby-proof and the kids can get into a lot of things they shouldn't touch. Okay, I'm getting irresponsible parent vibes, which of course, them being irresponsible means they have 3 goddamn kids now. They're gonna have 3 kids. They have 2. They're gonna have a fucking third one. It's always the people that are the most irresponsible, and people are like, no, you probably shouldn't have kids, that have the most goddamn kids. Because they're always the ones that there's a direct pipeline from the stupid ass people who be fucking with no protection to shitty parents, right? It's a direct fucking pipeline. Because like if you're stupid enough to keep getting pregnant, even though it's irresponsible to, you're stupid enough to be a shitty parent, right? Don't at me, don't yell at me. I don't care. Or do, comment your thoughts. Be mad at me if I'm calling you out. Please do. Let's go. I'm right. But, go ahead and talk about how I'm wrong because you're offended. Sure. Doesn't matter to me. Let's go. My God. Okay. My sister-in-law and brother just announced that they are pregnant with their 3rd, and while I'm very happy for them, I don't think you are. You just feel like you have to say that because that's the nice thing to say. You're not happy for them. The post shows you're not happy for them. You're like, God, when you heard about it, you're probably like, God damn, another one? Right? You know what I'm saying? It's probably something on that. I'm also semi-annoyed because I know they're going to help out even less with a newborn thrown into the mix. Basically, I'm at a loss for how to handle it. I've talked to my brother and sister-in-law about saying they need to watch their kids, but they both ultimately laugh it off. Oh, it's not funny. This ain't fun and games. Watch your fucking kids, dog. I've also asked my parents to talk to them, and they keep saying it isn't their place. Listen, it's not your place to tell them how to parent, right? Like, that's probably what they're thinking. Like, it's not your place to tell other people how to parent their kids, generally speaking. But, in this situation, right, they're not even parenting their kids. They're ignoring their kids and letting other people parent them. So now it is their place, because if their parenting style is ignore their kids and let other adults handle it, then you don't get to say, you're not going to tell me how to raise my child. You're not raising your child, are you? You're not raising your child. You're letting your other family members do it while you do act like your life doesn't change because you have kids. Everything changes. Everything about your life changes when you have kids. All the things you used to do, you probably don't get to do those anymore, okay? Not saying you don't have other joys or every so often find a babysitter or whatever, go out on a date night, that'd be great. But, like, your entire life fucking changes when you have kids. Especially if you have 3 goddamn kids. Like, your entire life revolves around those kids for the foreseeable future. You don't get to be doing all the other shit you do. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people think that having kids is just like, oh, just a mini-me, and then just nothing changes about their life. That's not how it works unless you're the Kardashians and can afford round-the-clock care for your kids while you run off and do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're rich to afford a nanny, a full-time nanny, then your life completely changes, okay? Kids are an accessory. They change everything about your life. So if you can't recognize that, don't have them. You know what I'm saying? My husband says we both need to just stop stepping in and watching the kids. That's, that's fair. Although I would say, like, she's probably going to say this next. Let me read before I say anything. Watching the kids. But I don't know how to do that when my daughter is right there playing with them. Plus, if we are extended family members, house or somewhere else, it isn't fair to others to let them run wild and possibly get hurt or break something. Yeah, see, that's her point. It's a fair point on her part. I can see where he's coming from, being like, let's stop stepping in and just let the chaos happen, which, is fair, because, as long as you're taking care of your kid, right, like, let them fucking, but, like, in practice it's a little bit harder because, like you said, she doesn't want, just because the parents are annoying and shitty doesn't mean that she wants the kids to get hurt. It's not their fault, right? They're being kids. And also, like, your daughter is playing with them, so, like, if you decide not to watch, like, what happens if your daughter gets hurt now? And so by proxy, if you caring for your daughter, you're also caring for their kids, so it's kind of, and also you're respectful of the other person's environment. Like, if you're at somebody else's house, you don't want them running around breaking shit. But mind you, like, at the other hand, like, I see what he's saying, like, those aren't your kids. Make sure your daughter's safe, make sure your daughter's taken care of, make sure your daughter's good, and let their kids fucking run around. Let them parent, right? Let them parent. Let them get up off their ass and fucking look after their kid, right? Like, that's ideally, but, in practice it's a little bit trickier than that, and, that's the thing about it. In addition to this, excuse me, they both dumped their kids. Oh my god. Excuse me, hold on. This is great radio. Drink of water. Okay. I'm sure you listen to that. They both dump their kids on my parents a lot, constantly having them babysit so they can have a date night and such. My parents never say no, but I can tell they are burnt out. Also have a few times my husband and I ask them to babysit, i.e. we have a wedding, they're often already committed to watching my niece and nephew. So I need advice on how to handle this because I'm getting to the point where I don't want to be around them as often because of this. Also, side note, my sister-in-law has passed comments that she wants 4 kids and how parenting isn't that hard. Oh, shit. Oh, right at the very... That side note hit like a ton of bricks. Of course it's not hard when you're not doing it. Yeah, I'm sure parenting isn't that hard when you're not parenting your kids. I'm sure it's not hard at all, right? Because it sounds like when they're at family functions, they let the other adults around parent their kids, and even when they're not at family functions, they're dumping the kids off on the grandparents so they can go live their fucking happy-go-lucky fucking lives. Yeah, parenting isn't that hard when you're not doing it, bitch. Like, what a fucking audacious thing to say. The audacity of that. To say, parenting isn't even that hard. I can do it in my sleep. Bitch, you're not doing it, though, is why it's so easy. Of course it's not that hard. Like, listen, I've spent, like, both professionally and personally, taken care of a lot of kids in my life, spent a lot of kids, nieces, nephews, stepkids. I used to work with kids. Like, I spent a lot of time around kids in my life, right? I know kids. I've cared for a lot of kids in a lot of different contexts. And while I will say that a lot of parents do tend to make parenting seem a whole lot harder than it is, like they be bitching a little too much about some things, I will say it is not easy caring for children. And in no way, shape, or form is it easy caring for children, especially small children that need like constant attention, right? Like, in no way, shape, or form is it easy. Like, it's not, like I said, it's not as hard or gut-wrenching or heartbreaking or soul-crushing as a lot of parents out here make it sound like it is. Okay, it's not that quite that, because like, if you're assuming you love your kids, you know what I'm saying? It's not that bad, but to say it's easy or not that hard is wild, because it is not an easy thing to do. Raising kids is not easy at all. So it's just like, of course, if ever somebody says that, you're like, well, I'm guessing you're not parenting your kids, because she's not, right? Her and her husband are busy, happy-go-lucky, going on date nights, spending time together, eating, laughing, yucking it up, while their kids are busy running roughshod and other adults are taking care of them, or they're pawing them off on their parents and being like, hey, we're going on a date night, watch my kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so, like, yeah, of course you wouldn't think it's that hard, bitch, because, like, you're not being a parent. Like, I'm sure, like, my kids are great, my kids are fine, because other people are watching them. Oh, my voice is starting to go, I think. That's why I keep coughing. Uh-oh. My voice starting to go for a voice actor is a big goddamn deal, because I kind of need that to work. Yeah. In addition to this, they're both on the yeah. Anyway, so, like, I'm just trying to see if there's anything I missed. Basically, this person asking if they're the ass, like, no, you're not the asshole. You haven't really done anything assholey. Like, if they're the asshole, like, asking if they're the asshole for their feelings towards the situation. And no, you're not. Like, I can completely understand feeling that way. Like feeling like, hey, these aren't my kids. Why am I constantly parenting them? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously. So, resenting them, not an asshole. I think you kind of need to force the issue a little bit. Like you said, you've talked to them about it, and they just kind of laugh it off. Don't let them laugh it off, Yeah, this is the kind of situation where, like, you're nice at first, and you kind of broach the subject a little gently at first and see if that takes, and if it doesn't, you get a little more hardcore about it. You're like, you go from like, hey, like, you guys watch your kids a little bit, like your kids are running around, you want to take care of that, whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, whatever, they're fine, and so it goes from that to, like, if they're just refusing to, you're like, hey, watch your kid, right? Like, hey, take care of your kids. Like, this isn't funny, this isn't a joke. Like, your kid is over there eating dirt, right? I'm saying, their kid's over there terrorizing the dog. Your kid's about to break this priceless vase. Your kid just ran into the sliding glass door and has glass shards in his face. You know what I'm saying? Your kid just ate dog shit. You know what I'm saying? Your kid's rubbing fucking coolant on his head. You know what I'm saying? The kid just took a header into the AC. You know what I'm saying? Go watch your fucking kid. Like, your kid's over here causing chaos, and you're over here, la-di-fucking-da, over there not being a parent, not being a mother, not being a father, not doing anything, and acting like everything's just chill, right? So I'm not watching your kids anymore for you. So if your kid gets his head busted open because he's not fucking doing what he's supposed, if your kid is head busted open because he's running around like a little asshole and you're not watching your kid, that's not my problem anymore, okay? I'm watching my daughter, making sure my daughter's okay. You watch your son and your daughter and make sure that they're okay. Okay? Right? Like, you kind of just force the issue at that point. You're like your husband said, like, just don't stop, just stop. Like, let the chips fall where they may. Let natural consequences take a course. And try to get everybody else in the family on the same page. Be like, hey, these are their kids. Let them watch their kids. You know what I'm saying? But as I said, that's a little bit harder because, like, you don't want to punish the kids for the parents' behavior, right? You don't want the kids getting hurt, seriously hurt, because the parents are doing. But on the other hand, that's not your responsibility. That's their responsibility. But still, you want to look out for the kids. Obviously, if you're a person with a heart, you don't want kids to get hurt. But, like, I mean, if it's something benign, like, sometimes there's natural consequences, right? Like, you run around, you've been told to, settle down, you're not settling down, you take a trip, you bust your head, that's natural consequences. You're gonna be fine, but that shit hurt, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's hot, don't touch it, right? And the kid touches it, burns their hand, you're like, I fucking told you not to touch that, and now they know. Hot, hurt, don't touch, right? You warned them, they disregarded it, and they hurt themselves, right? Same thing, natural consequences, within reason. Like, don't let them, like, run into traffic because of natural like, I told you not to run traffic, and the good Timmy got hit by a car, now, like that's not, you don't want to do that, right? Like, that's obviously, I told him that this road debris is really popular with 18-wheelers, so, I told him not to hang on to the mud flaps, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to do that. And I'm saying, I told him knives were sharp, meanwhile, Timmy's over there gutting his sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a line. There's within reason. But to a point, the point is, like, if they're laughing it off, acting like it's a joke, show them it's not. Okay? Stop paying attention to watching the kids and be like, hey, watch your kid. Nobody else is going to do it. So and then maybe they'll show their true colors. Maybe they don't actually give a shit about their kids. Maybe just like the idea of having it, like the novelty of being parents, but not the actual work that goes into it. Kind of seems like it, doesn't it? At any rate, Jesus. So many people out here just that have kids should not have kids, right? And she wants fucking more. They always want more, don't they? It's always the shitty ones that want more. Good Lord. All right, everybody. It's outro time. My voice is going. Shit. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. Check out Room of Swords, link in the description. Check me out over on Twitter, link in the description. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Like I said, my voice is starting to go here. So this is like the third video I've recorded. I've done auditions. Like, my voice is almost completely done. So we're going to get into the outro here. This is the outro. We're going to get into the special message, and we're going to get out of here. All right? Let's go. Special message time. And today's special message, everybody, in vein with today's video. I've talked a lot about, on this channel, sometimes about, like, kids and parenting and what have you. I got a lot of experience with kids, so maybe that's why I gravitate more towards that kind of stuff. But the point is, like, just make sure you're ready to be a parent, right? Make sure you're ready for everything that comes along with being a parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, understand that as much joy and as much love and as much as great as to be a parent, understand that it's a lot of work, a lot of responsibility comes with it, and everything about your life is going to change when you have kids. And if nothing about your life has changed, then you're not parenting properly, okay? Like, your life changes when you have kids. Everything about your life changes when you have kids. And so if you're sitting there in your head, like, thinking, oh, this isn't that hard, wow, nothing's really different, nothing's changed, you're not parenting. You're not doing it, okay? Because kids, your life goes from evolving around you and your life and your wants and your needs to your kids' lives and your kids' wants and your kids' needs. They come before everything. And if you think I'm wrong, if you hear that and you think, oh, well, that doesn't make any, that's not true, that's not right, you should not be a parent. You should not be. Recognize that about yourself, because your kids take precedent over absolutely everything in your life. Once you have them, they are first, second, third thought in your head. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, those kids are your number 1, 2, 3 priority in your life. And if you don't think so, do not have kids. And if you already have them, I pray for them, okay? If you think that those kids are not your number 1, 2, 3 priority and you already have kids, have fun with them being no contact as adults, okay? So understand that having kids is a full-time job, and they are absolutely your number 1 priority over everything, over your job, your wants, your needs, everything. Your partner, everything. They are number 1, all right? And that's the end of it, because like I said, my voice is starting to go a little bit, and I'm done ranting. So just take care of your kids, man. All right, take care of your kids. And like I say all the time, thank you for listening and watching. Stay frosty. Do the work. And I'll see you all in the next one, all right? Have a great day. Peace out.